Ruth says big stretch.
Right. Good morning, everybody. Perfect timing on that song. How about that? Didn't even plan that out. Just happened to happen that way. It was perfect. Hello, Sundre. Good luck on your event today. It's exciting. Last one before the holidays. You got more coming up? Hopefully not too much. Hopefully it's not too crazy. Morning, Sunny. Thank you for the big stretch. I was in... The funny part is, when you sent that in, I was right in the middle of doing some stretching. I have tweaked my back again a little bit. So I have to do extra stretches now again for a little while to get it back into good working condition. Yep. One of the wonderful side effects of working construction and falling off of an 8-foot ladder is I will have some permanent nerve damage in my back and my spine for a long time. Partially why I'm trying to do a lot of the creative things, because I don't think I can go back into a job that has me doing a lot of heavy physical labor. I can do little bits, but what I was doing before, carrying or lugging around 2x4s, 2x6s, 6x12s, putting up rafters, you know, carrying sheets of plywood, heavy shit. Definitely not in the cards anymore. I've tried to do it a couple times now for like in-house projects that I've been doing, and definitely feeling my limitations now. Way more than I did when I was much younger. So, having to wrangle with some of that, getting older, dealing with the ramifications of my injury for years and years to come, stuff like that. So we're here. We're gonna work on some stuff today. Try to have some fun on the stream, doing some creative stuff. But yeah. Ooh. With that being said, now that our video is just about back to the beginning here, let's talk about our weekly post that came out yesterday. Yay! So here we go. If you've stopped by our booth recently, you may have seen our holiday coloring sheet. We worked on this on stream. As a special thank you for all the support we received this year, we've created a downloadable PDF for everyone. First, head over to our website. So you can head over to stitched-tales.com. You can scroll down. It should be literally the second thing on the site. A downloadable PDF for you to download and print your own little coloring sheets for the holidays. So, fun little idea. Actually, it was an idea that Mrs. Tahoe came up with that I rolled with. So, if you'd like to share your artwork, feel free to post it online and tag me at any of the socials that I'm on. So, you can tag me at Instagram, Threads. You can tag me at Blue Sky. Any of those. So, just a fun little thing, little extra. We were giving them out for free at our in-person events, just printing them out. Mrs. Tahoe would print them out at work and have some for us. So, a fun little free thing. Little kids would always come by and be like, "What are these?" We'd be like, "Oh, those are coloring sheets. You can pick one, or you can take one and some coloring crayons," which we had there. And they're free for you to take. And they would get so excited, be like, "Oh my God." And there was one little kid who had to look through every single sheet. He's like, "Are they all the same?" We were like, "Yes, they're all the same." He was slightly disappointed, but at the same time, he still took one. But we thought it would be a fun little thing to put out there and do a short run of it online. So it's like a limited time offer kind of thing. We'll probably take it down after the holiday season is done. And who knows, we might put it back up next year. Don't know, but we thought it'd be kind of cool. Dreamer was talking about it, and she was like, there was a point when the kids were little that she went and downloaded a whole bunch of coloring pages online for the kids and them for her to draw, to color on and stuff like that. Just a fun little activity, little printouts to have around the house and stuff like that. So we're like, we'll put one out there for funsies and see what happens. So see if people enjoy it. See if we get any responses back from people coloring and putting them up on socials, or if they do that at all. So, and yes, kids don't have to just color them. If you're an adult and you want to color one of them yourself, feel free to. It's definitely, I colored the original one. I did it on the computer digitally, but yeah, if you want to download it and put it on your iPad and color it that way too, feel free to do that. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Have fun with it. I think is the guiding factor here. Just have fun. All right. Well, I wonder if we can check on so we got a little different setup for our live cameras today. Oh, she is still there. Okay. So we've got two shots here. We have the outside upper part, which is the deck looking out onto the storm that is slowly rolling in. And then we have, since Sora is still out on the hanging out outside. I got our second shot here, looking at her just chilling out, watching the storms roll in. She's on rat patrol duty right now too, so making sure the rats don't crawl up on our deck, because that seems to be a thing that is happening a lot around here lately. We've had a lot of influx of rats coming around, so. But yeah. Let's head back over. There we go. So, I know on Wednesday I talked about getting my shit together, and oh, by the way, this is not a PG rated stream, just for anybody who didn't know already. I mean, if you'd like your kids to watch this, and I do cuss every once in a while. We do talk about sensitive subjects and things like that, but feel free to do that if that is what you would like, but just FYI, not a PG stream. If I got my shit together, I was going to try to put together some social media stuff to do a title review today. Or title review? Not review. Announcing the title of our third book that's coming out. Sadly, I did not get that. Other projects came up and took priority. So we are going to work on the cover today, but our reveal for the title is not going to happen today. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Depending on how we put together the cover and stuff like that, and how everything goes, it may kind of pop up anyways. We'll see. I'm still filling this out, the whole streaming and doing the book work and stuff like that live for everybody, but still having the social media part where people still want to be partly surprised by things and stuff like that. It's a tricky balance, so we'll figure it out. We're playing with it and seeing what happens and how it goes, and we'll go from there. But other than that, let's duplicate this out. Yeah, that's the quote-unquote plan for the day. We'll kind of show you what the idea is here. Hey, there we go. So this is our book 1 cover. Lots of layers here. Lots of things we have to strip out of here because we don't need 90% of the stuff now, and we need to change a bunch of it from this cover. I can also bring up book 2's cover as well, so you can see the comparison between the two. I'll even put on the guides so they look the same. Like I said, same format, same size, same everything is exactly the same. Nothing has changed from 1 to 2. All the layouts, templates, all of those things are still exactly the same. I could have went with, for these kids' books, I could have went with a different model. I could have changed a bunch of this stuff around, but I kind of was like, you know what? If I get the first book, this cover, with the way I want it, with the little stitching on it, the title, all of the words and stuff like that, even the back page or the back cover, the information that's here, I want those things to stay the same. And then just change out the information and things that go with it so that it's refreshed and going to be updated and stuff for each cover. So you can see the little differences. We got colors that shifted a little bit here. Some of the objects on the back represent what's happening in the story. So those are the kind of things that we're looking at today. We already know that our background is going to be green. We also know that we need to change out our dots to the squares, stuff like that. I'm going to go through and do a bunch of busy work today on this cover. to get it ready to go. So that's the plan. So away we go. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to ask, and I will try my best to answer what I can. Okay, so we gotta find all the stuff. Okay, so we don't need those 4 layers, 5 layers. Okay. We don't need the bird. We don't need the food. We don't need that. So those 3 can go. Yeah, so we've made a duplicate of the first cover here. And what we're going to do is to make sure everything stays exactly where it needs to be. We're just going to strip out all of the stuff that is no longer needed, and then put in the new stuff, is essentially what we're doing. Okay, so I do want to look at, I forgot I want to leave book 2 up here so I can see the things that changes. So the objects on top of the information about me, that'll also change. So our little toys here, okay, those need to go away as well. What else changed here? I think that's it. We'll have to change title, we'll have to change numbers. Let's get rid of those guides because we don't need them. Our ISBN is going to change, but we need to make sure that that's in the same exact spot. So we're just going to leave that one for now. We're going to leave that one for now, and then we'll swap out. I think I did something different for book 2. I actually made those 2 things separate. So let's go ahead and repeat that so that we can keep the consistency here. Paste, we can make sure that that's in the same correct spot. We'll just go ahead and hide it at the moment. Okay, I think that's it for now. Let me unplug my mouse because I was charging it. There we go. So now we can start going through and taking out some of this other stuff. So there goes those dots. There goes those dots. Now we can start messing with some of the colors. Okay, so let's bring up... Remember, it's all about consistency and making sure that we're... all of it works together. This is our title page. Make sure that that's all the same on the other. Yeah, those all match. Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to pull these colors over into the new page or the new cover. So, excuse me. Yeah. Alright, so let's just make a new layer here for now because we do need to change that out. Perfect. Go ahead and start changing out our colors here. And the background stuff is going to be like this background orange color. We're going to change it to a green, but we're going to have to play with it a little bit to see how it's all going to work. CF4067. CF4067. Okay, cool. I think we can lock that down. We don't need that layer anymore because we need to change out this stuff here. Okay. What's this stuff? Paste. Return. Good. Paste. Return. Okay. Cool. And lock that one down again. Did I change? Yeah, I did on the back cover. Cool. Okay, so that number one needs a change as well. Ooh, that one's tricky. Paste, turn, and then we'll go through and we'll change out all of the wordings and stuff like that. Yeah, here we going.
Work.
Well, I figured you had work, but I didn't know what you had going on today.
We're showing at 12:30.
Going at 12:30?
Then I'll be home after.
Okay. And then you take Michelle to
Climbing.
too?
When I told her.
Okay. Cool. Bye.
Bye, stream.
Let's see. I was thinking of something else. Okay, so these words match the numbers. Okay, so we gotta find that one. I tried to make sure I set this document up where I can get to all of the stuff separately. So like the spine stuff here too, these are all on its own layer. Makes it easier to change out and stuff like that. I could do it a little bit different. I could probably make it even more efficient if I wanted to. I just haven't gone through and done that quite yet. So this is going to become a 3. Sweet. Which means this one will become a 3. Which means... Nope, not that one. Not that one. Should be on its own separate layer. There it is. Oh look, I even named it book name copy. There you go. 3, there we go. And then we can change this. We'll just put title for now, because we're not ready quite yet for the title. Let's do the same thing on the spine. And so if I do it like this, hopefully I don't mess up and forget and and unintentionally not change it. So do a lot of the pre-work here, getting things set up, getting things ready to go, but still have to go back in, like input the titles and stuff like that. And luckily, with Ingram Spark changing their policy about unlimited changes to their file system now, they used to have it so that you had 60 days from your upload of your files to make any changes, and then if you wanted to make changes to your book after 60 days, you would have to pay $25 for every upload that you did, which is crazy, but understandable in some ways. But in a world where things are changing and fluctuating so much now, I'm glad that they've made it so that we can make changes much easier and faster without being charged way too much for it. So that is nice. He's nice. This is the one I want. So we need title to go here. We also need this, because I don't have this written quite yet. So that stays the same, that stays the same, that stays the same. Okay, I think we did pretty good. I think we're stripped down to our basics now. So now we can start playing with our background color, which I should probably hold off on that and switch out my dots. I think the puppers is wanting to come inside. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, puppy has been acquired. Okay, so we were on to squares. These bad boys. Copy. Bring that over here. Which one is this? This is the back one. Let's see. Can I ungroup this? Is this in 2 sections? No. So the way I've did this before is I just took and shrunk this down and made it four quadrants. So the question is, I want to layer these on top of each other. I want to make sure that they line up. There we go. What the fuck was that? dropping stuff in my house. Okay, so that one's correct. Let's paste this. Move it across. Get this one matched up. Yeah, see that they're just slightly off from each other. Like over here, these are fine. These ones are off. Keep running into that same issue. Just slightly off. We're gonna try to match what we can here. That worked out good. We just need to do the same thing here. Stretch this just a little bit. There we go. Those should line up now perfectly. Yep. Okay, cool. These ones are a little off over here now. Because I didn't set these correctly over here. There we go. As you zoom in closer on your project in Illustrator like this, it actually gives you more fine control over your movements and stuff like that. Because whatever the click or the tick of each movement on from like your mouse or your it doesn't work with the arrow keys. The arrow keys is always exactly the same amount because you can set that, but the mouse controls, as you zoom in, you can have more and more fine controls. Like if I try to move all of those dots right here and try to get that, very slight, like hair thin movement, it's not going to do it. It's going to jump like a 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch instead. But as you get closer and closer, then it becomes smaller and smaller as your movements do. So, which is nice. Okay, so we've got those lined up now. Let's go ahead. Let's group those together. Copy that. We'll actually delete those. We'll put this back. And then I have to figure out, this is, let's ungroup it. It's a color burn at 50%. Of an orange color. Okay, so let's do color burn 50% of like the green. I think that's working. May have to change the background color first. Edit color, recolor artwork. Heck. Oh, I picked the wrong thing. There we go. Recolor artwork. Too far. Okay, just leave it there for the moment. So it should take the color and it should make it darker. It's color burn. Color burn 50%. Color burn 50%. Huh. I'm gonna have to check the blue one and see what I did for this one. That's color burned 50% with a light blue. So if you look at the pages on the inside of the book, they have lighter colored squares, but the cover has dark colored of the object. So, but it's not doing the same. Our color burn is not working correctly. I wonder. Ungroup. Because there's still an overlay 25% on that. Gotcha. Normal 100%. There it is. Now we can do color burn 50%. Okay. That's what I need to do. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to normal. We will group them all together. We did it. We got to figure it out. Now we can do color burn. Color burn on the whole thing. 50% so it matches. Not 49. There we go. 50. Okay, cool. Get rid of that. Okay, why do I have two sets of them here? That's funny. I don't know why I did that. Okay, cool. Get rid of that. Paste. There we go. Now we're cooking. Copy. Paste that. Let's reflect it. We're going to reflect it horizontal, just not horizontal, but So we gotta match these two. There we go. Pardon me. One of those frog in the throat kind of mornings. So now that we've done that, there's one set. Get rid of those. So I have to make sure that they overlap each other. That's how I was able to match those two bottom ones up. But the way the transparency panel works is if you have two objects that have the same like transparency, it actually doubles the effect of them when they're stacked on top of each other. So I have to go in and get rid of this one row so that they don't double up on top of each other here and cause these little dots to be darker than any of the other ones. So that's why we're doing that. Okay, cool. So we've got this. Got our two sets of dots here. We need to make some adjustments to it so that we can make it get it set up just right, just the way I want it to be. We also need to find a color for the section where it's talking about the information about me. We need to work on that a little bit too. And the background colors, lots of different things. Because like it looks okay right now, but like it's not great by any means. Okay, so we should be able to take this, copy it, put it on top of the other side. Should be able to match it all up. Actually, you know what? Do I have extras going off the page? Ah, it is going off the page. Bueno. Slightly off. So that's where that would line up, but that's off. So I got something slightly off here. So those two are not going to line up. That means my dots were off. Might not align those up correctly last time with the other. That's okay. This will end up working out better. Yeah, as long as they're all the same all across, and then we've got extra bleed that goes over the edges there. Perfect. So our trim, yeah, should be, yep, we're right on track, right where we need to be. Get rid of that trim. So we're gonna have to go through and do the same thing we did before. We're gonna have to cut. We can either move this, shift this all over, and try to guess kind of where. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to make copy, paste on top of each other. Perfect. That should line up. We'll copy that one. Delete it. Delete that one. And we'll go ahead and we'll delete this. And we'll paste it. The hell, I copied that. Copy, delete, delete, delete. Oh, did I think I fucked that up. I know what I did wrong. Did I do this? Just FYI for anybody who's watching or here lurking or anything like that, if for some reason I disappear off of the stream, it is extremely windy outside again. So if that happens, the power's gone out and I probably won't be back on to keep doing book stuff. So just forewarning in case something happens or we lose power. Just putting it out there. I've done something wrong here. Come on, stop. I keep pressing caps lock instead of shift every time I want to shift. Yeah, I've got something fucked up here. I don't know what, but I do. Okay, so that one's right. But I screwed up. I didn't do this one, so. Come on. Quick grab, shift, hold. If I hold shift, it's supposed to move everything for me. All together. There we go. Sheesh. Why did you move the circles? I'm on the wrong layer. You know, someday I'll figure out exactly what I'm doing here. It won't be today, but someday. Yeah, I don't like how those are off. Yeah, we're gonna redo this. It's bothering me. Copy. Let's just copy the whole thing. We're gonna repaste the whole thing on this layer. Paste. We're gonna take it. We're gonna slide it over. We're gonna release the shift. We're gonna grab it again. Grab, shift, move, drop. Okay. Whole idea is if I move this one, should move everything. Okay, cool. Theoretically, that's where it's supposed to be, but we got the problem here. Got some problems. So, got double dots here. Copy, delete, paste. Okay, so why are those doubled up on top of it? Oh, because I've got this stupid. That's right. Come on, Jesus. Don't put the caps lock right there. Delete. Select all. There we go. Paste. There we go. Ooh. Pulling apart all of the stuff that I've done is tedious sometimes. Okay, so at least we have the dots where they need to be. The backgrounds I did wrong. Because I don't think I can match that now. I think what I can do, copy, paste, okay, there we go. I believe that's the way it's supposed to look. Nope. Okay. Copy. Delete. Delete. Paste. Thank you for putting it right back where I asked you to put it. Yikes. Okay, so we're looking, I want to look at the center here. Still a little white line there. Okay, there we go. That should be dead center now. Yep, we've got lots of overlap over there. Cool. Alrighty, not bad, not bad. Let's go ahead and save this for the moment. Oh, perfect timing, look at that. We got 3 minutes for our break coming up here shortly, or 3 minutes until our break. We'll go ahead and start to wind down a little bit here. basically we just got to get all of this set up so that then we can start pulling objects and things from the book to the back or to the cover and stuff like that and start building out what we want. So we need some of the objects from inside of book 3 to go onto the back cover. I do have to work on writing this blurb about what book 3 is about. And then we need some more objects to come pop up out of here. Out of this little thing. So we've got quite a few things to add in here. Oh, we got to change this orange color. That's a terrible color to have on here. Bleh. What else do I have? Do I have any other colors? No, just green and pink here. So I think we're done with that for now. Let's not save that because we didn't change anything. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we've got a plan. We know what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and pause here for the moment. We'll swap over to our assistant cam. Oh, she's being cute. She's a little out of frame, but that's okay. We'll put our little pet the puppers right on top of her. Worst case, I can make my character disappear off of here. This way y'all can see her better. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's already set up. Perfect. Shoop. Look at that. See, now I'm out of the way. And y'all can just watch her and not have to worry about me. All right, everybody, we got about 40 seconds until our break comes up, so I'm just going to put it onto this screen for the moment. You guys can watch Sora take a nap. I'll probably go grab something to drink, and then we'll be back after those ads run, and we'll keep going. So this way you don't miss anything. Also gives me a little chance to do some more stretches. Gotta loosen up that back a little bit, so we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye. I have returned. For those of you who are subscribed, hello. Oh, is she gonna leave now? Nope, she's just gonna do the spins and drops. Boop. There we go. Oh, look at that. She's just like, fine, Dad, I'll be perfect. I'll go right in the middle. I like it. I like a Picasso. She's a cutie. She's a keeper. Also, by the way, those white pillows, though, she has claimed those as her own. Nobody else uses them anymore. She sleeps on them. She stretches on them. Only thing that she doesn't do is she doesn't grab them, like drag them around places, which I'm surprised that she hasn't tried to do that yet. But I think she knows that they're couch pillows. But she does get to use them every once in a while, so. You're just gonna hang off the couch? Cute. Just cute. There we go. A little bit better. Let's see. I would check to see who's in here, but I don't know if Twitch is accurate in what they have out or not. All right, we should be back. Welcome everybody. Welcome back. Sora's being cute as always. Our assistant doing the heavy lifting of the streams during ad breaks here, being cute. Yep. That's why she gets paid the big bucks. Must be a hard life, right? Must be hard. She does not look comfortable at all. All right, let's get back. Hour number 2. Let's get back to figuring out what Tahoe did wrong. Okay, so we've got this kind of set up a little bit here. I'm not super thrilled with the color of our dots or anything like that. Oh. The question is, can I change them? Even though they're already under a color burn condition. Okay, looks like I can change them, yes. It's going to take a little fudging here. Okay, it's too light. Definitely want it to be darker. Okay, so maybe it's not the dots that are the problem right now. Maybe it's the background. Let's mess with that a little bit here. Recolor artwork. That's a little too yellow. That's like too evergreen. Yeah, definitely don't want to go that direction. Let's see if we brighten it up a little bit to give it a little bit more. Does that help us a little bit here? I think we added a little bit of saturation with that. I think that's what that one does. Yes, saturation, hue, and the color wheel. So we added a little bit of saturation, made the colors a little bit more rich. Ooh, that's better. Our dots still don't look right. Something's off about them. think that green is not too bad. Let's open up. Wonder if we pull this background over. This one's a good one. Copy. Yeah. Let's do a little test here. Paste. Okay, that's not too bad. That might actually work. It kind of almost has like a yellow that goes across it. Yeah, I almost like that better than I like the one that we've been messing with a little bit here. Let's go ahead and duplicate this layer. We'll put it down here. That's not too bad. You like that? Thank you. Yeah, I kind of don't mind the yellow. It kind of goes from a yellow to a green across on this one. Yeah, let's leave that for the moment while we're experimenting with some of this. I think the dots definitely need some more love and attention, but I don't know which direction to take them in quite yet. Select all. So I can go lighter. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they need to be a little bit lighter. Blue. We don't want it to go blue. That's gone completely. Don't think I want it to go to yellow. Maybe something halfway in between. What is the other? Yeah, I guess they do kind of fade across into the lighter color a little bit there. Let's open up book 1 real quick, see what that one looks like. Oops, that's not what we wanted. We can get rid of that. There's one. There's 2. Oh, that's interesting. They're different sizes. That's 50%. Okay, there we go. Now they match. 1, 2, 3. I like that the orange should be dark green where your bio is. The same green as the half True Stories green. It needs to be mint green, like the green from our wedding. I'm not 100% sure. More green would be better. It does work there with the blue. We could try it and see. If it's too dark, that one's orange to orange. We can definitely play with that. I was trying to get... I think the dots are okay at the moment. I don't think they're wonderful, but I think they're okay. Let's see. You want to try this green here. I just ate like half an hour ago. I saw one of those bite-sized Snickers on the Christmas tree at work, and I took it. I put it in my mouth and started eating it, and I was in such a good mood. That's funny. I ate a Snicker when I wasn't hungry and I was in a better mood. Lol. That's funny. You just needed some sugar. They need to update the slogan. That is a good slogan. I ate a Snickers when I wasn't hungry. I was in a better mood afterwards. You're not you when you're hungry. Wait, isn't that one of their what is their slogan? Because, or was that a different candy bar where it was the advertisement where they would be like a different person, then they would eat the Snickers, and it would turn them back into themselves. Oh, that is their slogan. Okay, yeah. You're not you when you're hungry. I ate a Snickers when I wasn't hungry and I was in a better mood. It definitely has a positive, like, ring to it. It may be encouraging people to eat junk food. No, I would say junk food. Eat sweets when they're not hungry. I don't know. I'm not the PR firm. Let them figure that out. Sounds good to me. I like it. Picasso. Okay, so we were messing around with this. We need to change the border. Let's go ahead and copy that. Paste that there. I don't like the way they do this now. Paste. Apply. Okay, there it goes. Jeez, that's the worst way to do that. That dark. Question is, I think we should switch this to white. Let's get rid of these other guides here for the moment. Do I have other guides on here somewhere that are not? That's that. This with that. Below that. Find out where these guides, what layer these guides are on. Not on either of those. Okay. It's definitely on one of those is on there. That one's on that one. Title guide. Okay. That one's there now. We gotta find those other two, though. Okay, that's one of them. Let's put this back on. Okay, it's none of those that makes that one. Gotta be one of these. That one again? Oops, no. There we go. Okay, there we go. Got all the guides moved now. I can turn them off. Okay, this is our current setup. The lines that you're seeing that are gray, that's actually where the different canvases are. So if we look at here, we have our different artboards, excuse me. Artboards, canvases. So when I set this document up, I actually did 3 canvases. I did the main spread of the canvas that goes across the front, the back, and the spine. And then I made 2 smaller ones so that I could export those out as their own independent ones for different types of social media things, or for PDFs, PNGs, anything like that that I need to put together. So kind of ignore those little gray lines, the one little black line here, because those are just the canvas showing through at the moment. They will not actually show up in the final product, which should look semi like that. Okay. I'm not sure if I like the green. It does match though, because we did have matching here, we did have matching here. It does match, it does work. Keeps with our consistency. Yeah, we'll save that for the moment. We'll see if that holds up as we continue to move through some of this. I was better than normal. Lol. That's good. Sounds like you had a little bit of a sugar dip is what you had, and you just needed the Snickers to get you by. You did them sugars. Have to do the buyer ISBN. That stays the same. Okay, so now we got to start building some of the other stuff. Trying to decide if I keep this color. I do like that one. We'll just leave those muted for the moment, or turned off for now. Come back to those. Let's go to the back of our book here. Let's make a new layer. let's go into book 3. Let's see if we can find some objects. There's not a lot of objects that pop up in this new story here.
Sunny_Ruth says save
I was
your
wondering
work.
about the sugar dip, especially since I just finished eating right before. Yeah, if you just got done eating before, then there should be enough glucose in the food to get you to go up. But if you felt better after the Snickers, then maybe you needed a little something extra. Maybe you're just on a little bit of a sugar high. Maybe you over-sugared now. Dreamer contributed a total to the special treat for... Thank you, Dreamer, for putting your points towards our treat for Sora, our assistant. We are at 12% raised currently, with 26 days left. We can check in on her, see if she's... Oh, gad damn it. She is cute. Such a cutie sometimes. So comfy. I sense eyes on me. Like, Dad's always coming over and touching the camera. I feel like she tolerates my tomfoolery here just enough, and she's just like, you know what? I'm comfy. You can do what you want, but I'm not happy about it. Yes. Well, welcome to Only Pause. So okay, so this is it. This is the thing. If you subscribe to the channel, you get 3 minutes of where you don't have to watch ads, but you get to join our Only Pause extra 3-minute side show. I don't know. Damn it, I don't have a thing for it yet. Maybe that's what our selling point is come join us for Only Pause, where you subscribe and you get a 3-minute exclusive with either Patch or Sora. Maybe that's what we got. We need to start working on selling that. That's what we need to do. Ooh, maybe we'll do something with the gifted subs too. Or if you gift enough subs, you get... Oh, I know what we can do. If we really wanted to play on the Only Pause thing, right? This would be funny. You could do the gifted subs. Like if you gift like 10 subs or something like that, then... And I'd have to figure out what the logistics of this were. We would mail you like a paw print from Sora or Patch in the mail, and you could have like a picture and a paw print. That would be really cute. Something like that. Either having to do with the gifted subs or having to do with something along those lines. Subs or donations. I don't know. It would be funny though. Okay, we're looking for objects. So we definitely got lots of boxes in this next book. Let's see, what do we have? Things we can pull. That could be one. We do have lots of objects in here we can pull. Oh, I need to remember to continue to work on the little screensaver in the background for the TV. I haven't finished quite yet. That's what I was going to start with today, and then I forgot about it, so that's okay. It's okay. Lots of things we can pull from here into the back cover. So on book 2, I pulled the flowers and the rocks because he's outside. We got some grass, we got the crystals, and we have the treasure map. Book 1, we have the piece of laundry, food falling out, and the bird, along with his toys here coming out of this, kind of looking like a basket. We do have the box. I would love to get 3 other things. That's what I've been doing here, is objects on top of this, and then 3 objects that go in here. So the question would be, what else do we have that we can throw in there? We could do the packing peanuts, but everybody seems to think, well, if they're not inside the context of the box, then they do not look like packing peanuts. They look like toilet paper. So we are nixing that for sure. Let's see, I don't want promos. Where is... There it is. E. Okay, there we go. Fix that one. It no longer has the toilet paper rolls on it. Got all kinds of different boxes in here. Problem is there's not a lot of new objects in here except for that one page 28 here, where we've got a bunch of things from the house that we get to pull from to put on the back. Gonna do some extra stretches here. It's been very, very painful the past week. Anybody who's ever been through anything like that or had pain, or it's no joke. It's not something to fuck around with. Let's see. Relink. Let's go 28. I think it changed a little bit. Yeah, it did. Bed. I've got these picture frames around. So one of the big themes from book 3 here is that our main character, is no longer a kitten. So one of the objects that I think I need to change is this back buttons version. Let's see. Got eyes for him. I think that's the correct mouth. Yes, it is. cover is going to probably take me the longest. It's got a lot of stuff, and I want to make sure and get it very well. I want to do a really good job on it. Because that's the first thing people see when they're looking at your book. Okay, let's do... Nope, move. Like I said, I'll reiterate this again. If for some reason I disappear off of stream, the wind is pretty gnarly right now, just FYI. Okay, close enough. Okay, cool. I debated whether or not to leave. I debated whether or not to leave the original, the kitten character, but I don't think I want to do that. Oh. Something just went flying outside. Scared Sora. Yeah, I think that works. We'll even give him the little button. He gets to keep carrying that around. Yep, same one. Keep it the same size.
Bryce Austin Pet the assistant.
Hey, Bryce, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for petting our assistant. She's being very cute right now. She's being extra cute over in her little spot. I do have to go check to see what it is flew around on the outside of my house, though. She does deserve it. She's doing a good job. She's a good dog. The best assistant a man can have. The best a man can get. No. Okay, so let's see. Do we like the upgrade? Do we not like the upgrade? We want the number to stay in the same spot. I don't know, do you think he needs to be a little bit bigger? One of the things I do have, funny enough, what can we get rid of here? Let's get rid of cancel, get rid of that. 28, get rid of 28 for now. I do have a scale. So in my master file here, you can actually see I have their heights kind of planned out. If I don't scroll. So this is our main character. Those are the buttons in the beginning of our book 1 and 2. And then book 3, we have our shift from kitten into adult, and then Patch is a kitten here. Ignore these faces and stuff like that. These are the old school style. They no longer represent the current updated versions of them. But the height, like I kind of tried to figure out what their heights were in between. Patch never got quite as big as buttons. I think we're okay. I think we're right in the correct, just about. So we go from having this whole space above him, from his ear to these dots up here to the stitches. That's a pretty big space there. And then we go all the way up to almost touching the stitches there and touching this other box over here to the right. So I think the scaling on that is pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So let's go and swap that out. We'll go ahead and save that real quick. I'm gonna put the camera on Sora for a minute. And I'm gonna go double check what that sound was outside, so I will be right back. Sounded like something blew over, because we got, like I said, we got some pretty torrential winds going on, so give me a second, I will be right back. Assistant, if the people need anything, just let me know. Well, I don't see anything going on crazy out there. Nothing blew out of my yard. You guys can see pretty much what we've got going on out here. Well, I'm not joking when I'm saying it's windy out there. Our next big storm is coming in. We're getting a lot of movement out of those trees out there and stuff like that. You can definitely see it. When it really kicks up, all the leaves and stuff will go flying through here. Let's see. Yeah, I got your text message, Dreamer. I can make that change for you, that move. In the house, so the boys don't tear up our stuff. Wind advisory. These conditions are expected to last until 4 a.m. Saturday, December 20th. We have a high of 53 today with a low of 45. 65% chance of rain. And we're going to have rain in 65% of the area. Air quality is good. We are currently at 24 miles per hour with our wind west-southwest with a gust up to 51. So, like I said, lots of movement in those trees out there. Possible power outages based off of those gusts, which are pretty gnarly sometimes. That will be the highs for the day, though, so that's good.
Bryce Austin just inbox emoji.
Do a whole stream of just you reading weather updates around the country. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Okay, we can do a couple more. I got a couple. Out here in Sparks, looks like they are not expecting any weather today. It's just going to be cloudy. High of 56, low of 44. They are also experiencing high winds, but not as much. They are at about 12 miles per hour right now with 34 miles per hour gusts with a west-southwestward wind as well. Visibility is 25 miles. Precipitation is 0. Let's head up to Truckee, California, where it is currently raining right now. This is the High Sierras. And what I mean High Sierras, I mean the tippity top of the mountain ranges here. They have a high of 42 today with a low of 37. Possibility of some slight snow flurries, especially up at the top of the mountain. Expect those over the pass, so if you're heading over Highway 80, be aware of chain controls and possibly slow down to make sure you don't crash up there. It is very common, happens a lot. Please drive safe. They are experiencing 21 miles per hour winds with gusts up to 49. So very similar to what we are, with a southwest direction on that. They're expecting 0.8 inches of precipitation. So definitely getting some rain, but it's not quite cold enough to make that dip into snow time. A lot of the ski hills, Boreal, will probably be very happy if it does get cold enough up there, because they'll, on top of the snow that they're already making, having that fresh rainfall will give them some more light snow to put on the hill too. So, and then however other many hills, I don't know if North Star still makes snow, and I don't know if Alpine makes snow. I don't know if Donner makes snow. What's the other one? Oh my god, I was just thinking of it too. The other one here in Reno that you can head up to. I don't know if they make snow. Speaking of up at the top of the mountain, Boreal Mountain, it has its own weather thing. They are expecting 90% of the area to be covered with rain today. It is going to be a little bit colder up there. Not quite cold enough. We need to get down to that 32 degree temperature to get some snow up there. The low is only going to get to about 34. So we're seeing a little bit of pockets of heat remaining up there in the top of the mountains, not allowing it to get down to those cold, frigid temperatures that we need. They are going to get more than an inch of precipitation up there, so 1.2 inches. So, with the wind being what it is, depending on that chill that comes through and how high these clouds are going to be dropping this rain from, there's a possibility we might have a little bit of white flurries coming in. Just really depends. So that's your weather report for the 4 locations that I have weather on my phone for. You should check Denver for me. I can check Denver for you. Denver, Colorado. All right, Denver. It is currently 62 degrees in Denver. It's going to be a high of 66 with a low of 35. It feels like it's actually 54, so it's going to feel a little bit colder today than it normally does. You guys are experiencing about 10 miles per hour of wind. It's moving westward with a gust up to 21 miles an hour, so not as devastating as the wind around here right now, but definitely you guys are getting a little breeze popping through there. Visibility is still 25 miles an hour with 0 inches of precipitation in the next 24 hours. So, and then none expected in the next 10 days. So you guys are dry and clean for quite some time now. You guys are going to have a very sparse, non-wintry Christmas. Sorry for that. If it makes you feel any better, we don't have any either, so it's going to feel really weird not having snow on the ground for Christmas or New Year's. So you do have a red flag warning. These conditions are expected to last until 12 a.m. Saturday, December, from the National Weather Service. Let's see what they say. It says it's severe, significant threat to life or property. And what is this? This is a particularly dangerous situation in and immediately adjacent to the foothills between 5,000 and 9,000 feet for Boulder and Jefferson counties on Friday. Strong west winds sustained 45 to 55 miles per hour with gusts upwards of 85 to 105 miles an hour. So, be careful out there. Those are expected in the foothills and Larimer, Boulder, and Jefferson counties beginning early Friday morning. Relative humidities are expected to drop in the low teens. There you go. Yes, you also have fire weather zones in effect. Y'all got some shit going on. So, if you are in the Denver area, please be careful out there. Take care of each other. Slow the fuck down when you're driving around. Those kind of things. Hooray for climate changes and droughts. Yeah, you guys have got a lot going on. Ugh, it's too damn warm here. We have only had one day this season. One snow day this season. Yeah. A rainstorm came through, and we were just at a high enough elevation where we live that the snow that was falling was really high cloud snow, and it was blowing like, I don't know how many miles it was blowing, but basically the mountains that cut off California and Nevada, the Sierras right there, the rain and stuff was barely making it over, but because everything was being pushed up by the mountains right there, those clouds were getting a little bit cooler, and that snow was blowing all the way from that state line all the way into Reno a little bit. So we got a little bit flurries at the high end of town. So that's why they call us a high desert. We're up there. We get the snows too. And yes, I've said this before, and I'll keep beating this as much as I possibly can. California does get snow. They get records amounts of snow. I used to live in a small town, like I said, just below, basically with Boreal Mountain, the Truckee, right there in Truckee. And we would get anywhere, depending on where you lived in town, you could get anywhere from 6 feet to 20 feet of snow, if not more. Some of the higher elevations would get ridiculous amounts. if you've ever taken a history lesson in your lifetime and heard about the Donner Party and the crazy amounts of snow where those people had to eat each other, that's in California. just FYI, that's where I used to live. So, and yes, they do have a cookbook at their museum where the people ate each other. So yes, that's one hell of a party. It was one hell of a party. I love telling people, if you go to the gift shop, they have books on the Donner Party and stuff like there, and stuff there. And like I said, they do have a cookbook in the section of the museum that they sell books at, which I think is ironic and funny at the same time. All right. Weather aside, what are we doing here? We need to find some more objects. Got our character here changed out. I think that's great. That's looking good. We got a box. We need some more objects though. We could pull some of these picture frames maybe. This seems to be the only page that I really have a bunch of stuff on it. Otherwise, there's a bunch of old stuff. These are all old. It's a lot of interaction between our main character and either inanimate objects or do the bag of packing peanuts, but I don't know if that makes much sense on the back cover. Yeah, it really has to do with a lot of this box and the surprise that's coming. So like these pages are the only ones where I have stuff on them. Is that 3 different? Had a bunch of stuff. This one is the only one that doesn't have a bunch of stuff lying around. So I was talking about this on Wednesday and whether or not the back of the cover is the representation of telling you what the book is about, or telling you what the story is about. Kind of similar to the cover, right? It's supposed to give you an indication of what it is that you're reading or what you're getting yourself into. So if we look at this one, we say Button's backyard treasure hunt. We have the imagery of him kind of outside. There's objects out there. There's the bee, there's the birds, flowers, grass, dirt, like objects that are present outside. So that all ties together, which is fine. And then the objects on the back kind of mimic those things that are in the book in that way. Same thing with number 1. We really are introducing this old shirt, and we're showing this character, and we're saying that this character gets a new name, but we don't know. It's kind of ambiguous, like we don't know why. We can make some assumptions that this has to do with this kitten coming into somebody's life or doing something or changing names of some sort. Assumption can be based there. I had a point I was going towards that I don't remember what the heck it was. Dang it. Okay, so most of our book 3 focuses around... We've got the front-facing things, which is this box that... or this obsession with boxes, and specifically this new one that's been brought into this house. And that ends up turning into our new character. But there's a background story that's happening in the images too, so I gotta decide whether or not I'm pulling on that thread for the back, for the cover. I'm just hounding on the box angle here. I don't know. What I do know is that we are coming up on our second ad break here. We will be going into our 3 minutes of only pause, where we just look at Sora and her paws. She has moved around, so I will have to move our camera so that we can get a glimpse of her for that. But yeah, we're going to take a break for the 3 minutes while those ads pop up. And then when we come back, we'll keep working on some more stuff here. And we'll go from there. And if this isn't like, we're not hammed into continuing to do work on the cover here. We just kind of scratched the surface a little bit today. But maybe depending on what happens, we may swap over and work on something different. We do have that one page to continue working on, a little background screensaver thing. So, but stick around. We'll be right back here in a little bit. I guess it'd be good if I wasn't muted that whole time for myself. Meh, it's okay. Basically what I went through and did is you guys got to see part of it was I went through and double checked on our progress, updated our Canva template, gave the cover a little bit of love there, moved some stuff around for a couple of the pages that require me to have purchase of an ISBN. We also have the title of the book that's not ready quite yet. We'll have to do a reveal stream for the title. So a couple of those pages are definitely, I would say, lagging behind a little bit, but they need those big things before they can be moved on. Also, on like page number 2, we have to have the ISBN and we have to have the Library of Congress control number. So those two things are big ones, and we have to wait a little bit longer for those before we can finish up that page. That's usually the easiest page to start on these books, but also almost the last one that needs to get finalized before we send it away for publishing or completed publishing. Page number 6 with the little yellow on it was I don't want to mess with that one anymore, so that one's pre-export. That one's ready for to go for finalization. So the whole idea is once we get to the point where I'm comfortable with all of the pages, they should all move into that yellow state. And that means that they're ready for export and move on to the next stage or the final stage. So that's what that was. I did talk about it, but I didn't realize that I was muted for that whole 5-10 minutes. So fun. I do like how simple and basic this is, which is good. I don't necessarily like these wispies though. They're okay. Can I do something different with them, I guess, is the question. Or is there some more stuff I can add to it? Lots of stars. Maybe that's my problem is I need to add in some some cosmic stuff happening. Kind of wanted to feel like a Starry Night-esque style thing, but I'm just doing some filler circles around in different places. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was missing. It's basically some speckles. The little stars and stuff like that are nice, but I think we definitely need to reduce the amount of big stars here. That's okay. Those are okay. Probably need to get rid of a couple of these. That one over there. I think I want to get rid of that big one. Just leave these little guys here. That one over there. Let's move this one there. Better. It's a little bit more balanced, almost a little too balanced. Yeah, sometimes you can unbalance something by trying to balance it too much, or it does some weird things sometimes. Yeah, okay. I'm also looking at some examples, thinking about what else I might want to add. Because I could do some planets and things like that. Oh, I do remember I wiped out one example. Aha! Oh, maybe I didn't. No! Curseds. Maybe. Hold on. Coming up with ideas. Let's make that white. Ooh, maybe I need to do that. We'll try that and we'll see what happens. Let's go 0.25 on that one. Might have to make some more. I think this is way too far. Way too far. Oh, that's interesting. Look. There we go. Yeah, it kind of gives it that feel. Yeah, I think it might be okay, might be beneficial. I'm trying to remember where I had seen a better example of this. It might be in my... I save a lot of stuff on Instagram in my own little saved file, but I don't always remember where it is. Yeah. We could also do some cosmic clouds too. That might be good. Let's see. Oops, not that. Object. Select. We want it vertical. Yeah, kind of. Kind of works. Just building little fun little objects here. Yeah, that works. Let's build. I'll build a little satellite over here. Screw it. Let's try to reflect this across. What, son?
Winter snowstorm or anything?
Yeah, that's been in effect for a hot minute now.
Is the stream going on like
Thank you.
space?
You like space and? Okay, why? Guess that forward. 1, 2, should be one more. 1, okay, there we go. Like, why is this not letting me?
Frosting doesn't.
Are you okay, Jerv?
Yeah, okay.
What?
Talking about Michelle's cookie?
What about it?
I said frosting doesn't melt cookie.
Oh, Jesus. I got it now. Yeah. We'll ban that one person. I think we all understand now, Jerv. We all understand. We don't want to, but we do. There's a way to change this. Did this before. Okay, so let's pick this. Hey, you should see if any of your viewers have questions for us for the episode. I can do that. Only other person in here is Dreamer and Sunny at the moment. Remember, Bryce, I don't stream to a whole bunch of people. Like, this is I do okay, but like it ain't a lot. I don't have a lot of pull, otherwise I'd be using it way more than I am. Did I just lose? Okay, what just happened? Aw, okay. I lost my second monitor there for a second. I think we're still streaming okay. Looks like it's okay. Hey, you and Sunny are the inspiration for this. I bet they have. Oh, okay. I'll ask. Sunny, our good friend here, Bryce, wants to know if you have any other existential questions. Actually, Bishek was the one that threw out that question last time. If you have any existential questions that you would love answered on a podcast episode, for any reason, any crazy conundrums that you may have, you would like for us to try to solve in a podcast episode. There's a way. That's not it. That's not it. I can do that. Okay, there's a way to do this where... Okay, there it is. Up at the top. Let's see. Should I do the same thing to these? Okay, so let me do it on that one. Why is it not letting me do it on this one? I've done something, I don't know what. Great, my example disappeared. No! Where did it go? Where did it go? There we go. Okay, we're in the isolated group. I want to change this to... I never know how to get to the menu where... Okay, why wasn't it letting me do that before? Anyways, figured it out. No, I don't like that. Think. With that, go here so I can see them. Paste. Let's do copy paste. Let's take these three, combine them. Take this, let's make it copy, remove that. Do. Interesting that this does not fit the same as that one does. Oh, it didn't fit there either. That's why. My children are making a mess in my house. I don't know what's happening. Okay, that's gonna work. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. Wow, no. Press the wrong thing instead of... Oh, god damn it. There we go. There we go. No, we need a little bit. Not a lot. Oop, that's way wrong. Okay, there we go. Took me a hot minute, but dang, the whole satellite was hard. Should be able to group those. Cool. Let's all one object. Okay, there's our words. I think I want to get rid of the little cosmic... These little guys? I don't think they're doing anything for me. Gosh, dang it. See. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. We might add some more of the... God, definitely have to move that one. Maybe I'll move it over here. I like these little bendy star constellation ideas. Might have to make some more. Maybe something like that. What was that? Like my little Starry Night kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it needs more of those little constellation shapes in it, but that's okay.
It reminds me of the
Reminds you of what?
Roku TV back.
The Roku TV background? Kind of. That purplish, bluish. I can see that. It's a small little detail. Why what?
Why is that only 3,000?
Why is what making what?
Why does that say that's only 3,000
Three-
kilobytes per second?
That's how much we're sending out.
It's not enough.
Yes, it is.
1080p is 8,000.
1080p is 8,000 kbs?
Yeah, and that's the default for Twitch. Should be 8,000.
I don't know. It should be sending out correctly. I have my stream manager looking over my shoulder now.
Straight.
Yeah, it says it's 1080p. This was the recommended for it. I'm eating a little bit of the frames per second at the moment, but that's just because of the operating systems being a little poopy.
Interesting. Looks good though.
Yeah, looks good. Thank you. Appreciate it. She is almost in the Christmas tree, yes. My stream manager came over and wanted to make sure that my stream was working properly. I don't have any dropped frames or anything. Maybe you have it set too high, Jeff. Because it says the video bitrate for the output is 3000.
Well, what?
Video bitrate is 3000 kbs. Streaming, that's what that is. And that I'm getting the 1080. So
Go to your Twitch dashboard.
oh, it means I gotta open up.
You don't already.
I try not to run Chrome while I'm streaming right now because it doesn't like having too many things open.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, I took a huge hit with the last operating system update. What do you want me to
See
go
where it
to?
says bitrate?
Where?
The very top. It's green.
Yeah, it's green.
It says that. It's so weird.
3049 kbs, and it's still running at 1080.
It feels like it would have less pixels because 3,000.
Yeah, see, source is 1080 by 60 frames.
Yeah, just weird because that's not a lot of pixels yet. It looks pretty clear.
That's not a lot. That's just the data rate. That
I
has.
think you just have a better connection. I know, but like the less of those you have, the more like fuzzy it looks.
Gotcha.
It doesn't look fuzzy. So.
Yeah, I've got direct connect to the Wi-Fi right here too, so
Yeah, maybe that's.
you are still running 50 feet of cord from your room to here. 50?
Yeah.
25 feet. So you're gonna have, but yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of degradation, but because that's just a copper line, but after that, because everything else is fiber, it should be
I do like
fast. So
25,000.
you do 25,000 kbs?
Yeah.
That's why you're having such problems with your stuff. You're trying to squeeze.
No, because
Too much
Twitch
through.
doesn't allow that much, so it auto just sets it to 8,000. But I just have it high just so.
Not 2,500, right?
No, it just it auto.
You said 25,000.
Yeah, that's what I have it as, but it auto brings it back down to 8,000. Because if you click settings.
That seems too much, dude.
No, I looked it up. That's how much 1080p 60 at a good quality would look like apparently. Let me go to stream.
I can't change anything at the
I know
moment,
you can't
though.
change anything, but you can scroll.
Can't scroll either.
What?
It won't let me do anything in here while I'm streaming currently. Yeah. I could stream these.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Yeah.
I don't know if mine's compressing differently because it's a Mac or
What other
whatever.
options do you have in video?
Whatever. In what? Video?
No.
Output?
Where it said video encoder. It's like using.
Video encoder? Yeah, software X264.
Click. That's all you have. It should be. I don't know if it should be using. X264 is
I haven't had any issues with it, and it's
Yeah,
been very happy with what I've been doing, so
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Oh, daughter. Can I open the apple juice? You can open the apple juice. Don't spill it everywhere. Every drop that you spill, you owe me $1. Because apple juice is precious here in this house. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Okay, a little something different down there. I'm trying to decide if I want to add. I don't want to get too complicated because it's just a simple background. But I'm also having too much fun with it, so that's a problem as well. What other examples do I have? Flying overhead. When I first started this journey into publishing and stuff like that, much easier. I had a little file with some saved stuff on it, all for connecting to book 1 and things like that. And as we've expanded into book 2, it's like, okay, we got a little bit more stuff, but it's still manageable. It's not too bad. We're still within tolerable limits here. I'm getting into book 3 and saving things and websites and inspirations and all of the references and stuff like that, and it's starting to pile up a little bit here. Yes, son, you have returned.
So the reason you could be having issues is because what it's using right now is your CPU rather than your GPU to stream.
So it has nothing to do with OBS or any of this stuff, because on the previous OS system, I had twice as many things open and they all ran fine. So whatever they introduced with macOS Tahoe and the new liquid glass feature and stuff like that, even people online have said it has fucked everything up. It's running too hot. People's fans have been kicking on their systems and stuff too. So they have some major adjustments that they have to make in order to get their stuff back together.
You should be using your GPU though, so that would help. In overall performance,
And so are you using the hardware rather than the software?
yeah, just using your CPU.
Gotcha.
Your CPU isn't really
Correct, but my CPU is only running at 8.2%. Yeah, right? Like, it's low. See? You gotta balance all the things, dude. Stream manager's rough on me sometimes. He just wants the best for me. He just wants to make sure my stuff's looking good, doing good. I got a lot of managers in this house. They like to walk by and be like, "Hey, how you doing there? What you got going on? You need any help there? I can help you a little bit. I'll point you in the right direction. No, go ahead. Okay." Let's put... That was the wrong idea to do. I'd like to add a couple more in here somewhere. Our limited amount of time left here in the stream. I'd like to love to get this done. Let's see, group, copy, paste. What's up? Okay, you guys are gonna head out?
Yeah.
Okay, be safe out there, be careful. It is the holiday season, people are gonna be running around doing all kinds of crazy stuff, so make sure to make good decisions with your driving and stuff like that, okay? Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe. I'm feeling it a little bit, but I'm also feeling like I overdid it a little bit too. Maybe some of those need to be bigger. Maybe that's the case. Let's see, that's 100%. So that's the size of the page when it's going to be. So you guys don't get to see this, unfortunately, on stream here, but the way I have it set up, whenever this navigator button up here in the top right hand corner is at 100% for the zoom in, zoom out, that's the actual size of the page that's going to get printed out. So I get to look at it and be like, okay, are these details big enough? Are they too small? Are they working correctly in what I wanted to do? Because this is the size that it's actually going to be printed out at. So it's not bad. It's not bad at the moment. Yes, Jeff, how may I help you?
Quick question.
Yes.
Is this just like kind of like a wing it thing, like no turn lane?
No, that is the turn lane right there. So as you come down this here, you put on your blinker, you move into this, because they're trying to merge into that drive, and you're moving into there to then turn into that drive, into that spot.
I think that's the easiest way to get there.
That is a good way to get in there,
and
nice and simple. Just watch out for people making this corner here, because they fly around and just want to move in and
Right,
whatever.
right.
So make sure you're protecting yourself with that turn.
And then leaving this way works too. It's just hard to see that way.
Correct. You kind of have to just go for it a little bit. Okay. You can always go around, go take a right instead when you leave, and go down to the businesses, or like you have lots of options. Remember, all these streets are big squares, so you can always go down towards Great Graham's house, and then all that. Lots of options. All right. Okay, have fun. Be safe out there. Make sure you guys are taking care of each other. Thank you. Bye. Always have to give the dad speech before they leave, just in case. You never know. Ooh, that made it way too thick. There we go. Okay, there we go. I feel a little bit better about that. I think I definitely need to move this starry constellation piece either to the right, to the left, because it interacts with this satellite coming through, and I don't want that. Yeah, let's move it there. I think that works. I really wish I could have the whole thing, but dang character has to have words and stuff like that. Ugh. Yeah, I think that's working pretty good. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to work on figure out what else we're going to put on the back cover of our book here. Thank you, Bryce. So yeah, I will definitely save that.
Bryce Austin says save your work.
Perfect, all saved up. Feed. Let's go ahead and save out these other ones while I'm thinking about it. And save that one. Smart idea. Yeah, we definitely have to pull some more. We gotta put some objects together and put them onto the cover. Figure out. We've got a bunch of cover work to do still. And I think after, I'm gonna have to see what our schedule is gonna look like here, because we have holidays coming up next week. And that's basically 2 weeks of everything going on, Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that. So After we get back from our last break here, which is going to pop up here in about 30 seconds or so, I'll talk about what's going to happen next week, what days we're going to be here, which days we're going to not be here, and then we will go from there, starting off our new year and stuff like that. And see, I'll let you know which streams are. There's Sora being silly, but yeah. So stick around. We'll take a break for our 3 minutes here, and then we will be back, and we'll talk about the things, and then we'll end our stream for the day. So stick around. You can see it. It's starting to come in. We got a little bit of speckles on our glass over there, right in front of the camera. It's on its way. Supposedly it keeps changing its mind. It's just like it's going to rain, and then they're like, nope, it's just going to be windy. You're going to get a little bit of rain at 1. You're going to get a little rain at 3. It can't quite make up its mind what it wants to do. Looking solid. Thank you, Bryce. I appreciate that. Trying to get it all figured out and set up. We're really close to just, I get to a point where I have to be like, nope, I have to be done on these pages. I can keep tweaking and adding stuff and stuff like that as much as I possibly can, and I'll overdo it if I keep going. So sometimes you have to know when the breaking point is, and just not necessarily fold up shop, but be good with your work kind of thing. Sometimes I struggle with that. I always think I can improve more and more and more. And I think the hardest thing for any artist is to know when to stop with a piece of art. Yeah, that one's definitely, I would say that's number 2 on the list. I think number 1 is never feeling like it's good enough. Maybe that's the same thing. No, I think they're different. One is, I think I'm shit all the time. And the other one is thinking that I can keep, there's more stuff I can do to make it better. I think those are 2 different things. Yeah. They definitely go hand in hand, yeah. Music, film, visual arts, writing, all of it, yeah. I can't wait till we do get some snow and we get to have one of these streams where it's snowing outside and Sora's out there playing in the snow and stuff like that. That's going to be one of my favorite streams, just watching her play. She loves to do that. Yeah, being an artist it's an interesting, weird space. I've definitely felt I've gone through the gambit of emotions these past 2 years with the book project, and moving into my third year with this third book. Always wanted to try to stave off like burnout and things like that, but I can definitely see the cracks starting to form in as I continue to layer more and more stuff on top of each other. So I don't know, it's interesting. I'm not recognizing it as burnout because I hate that word. But I can definitely feel like I've stretched and overextended myself in areas that I try to put 100% quality into everything that I do. And when you overextend too far, then the quality suffers. And when that happens, it hurts me. I don't want it. I don't want this stuff to suffer. But at the same time, industry and how economy works, you always have to continue to slap things on top of each other, and it waters down the quality of everything, and it kind of sucks. It takes away the artistic integrity of what it is you're doing. And I would love to find a balance between those things, but at the same time be able to make some money and provide for my family and things like that. Those two things are sometimes very opposed to each other. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. There's lots of opportunity in a lot of these spaces and industries creatively and things like that, especially in towns like Reno. We don't have a huge bustling community of authors. Like, there are a shit ton of authors, and some of them have formed little groups and stuff like that around the area, but there's not one big mechanism that's there for them to help support them, guide them, and do a lot of those things. So I don't know, wrestling with a lot of those pieces, and like, how much do I commit myself to doing working with these groups and stuff like that, or helping lead these groups, and how much of that then takes away from the stuff that I've set up, either with these streams or with my art in and of itself, and through that the books and stuff. So and some of that is going to change in the next year too, as my son graduates, my daughter starts to drive herself, and I'm no longer needed for those background things. So it's a lot of little pieces all juggling right now to figure out. So, and it all plays into, like we were talking about, the artistic integrity of what it is I'm trying to do and what I want to do. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I went off on a little bit here, looking at our beautiful scene. Maybe that should be a segment at some points during our streams, is we just have thoughts with Tahoe. Maybe that'll be the end of our streams. I like that. I'm gonna write that down. That's a good one. Thoughts with Tahoe. Copyright. Nobody's allowed to steal that. I like it. That's how I wrap my podcast now. That's good. I like that. I know I gotta go listen to the new episodes. I haven't had much time. I'll be able to explain to you later, maybe after Christmas, why I don't have a lot of time right now, but I can't divulge too much. There's background things that have been in the works that I cannot divulge. kind of having to do, some of it having to do with that one project that I talked to you about with the video production stuff. So, but I'll let you know. Like I said, lots of layers, lots of things happening right now. So reflection gives insight about the creator to listeners/viewers, strengthening that bond. Yeah, I agree. I think I might need to do that. Might have to do thoughts with Tahoe. There's also another author on Threads that I follow, and she posts a lot of like good questions and stuff like that. And I thought maybe, and I don't want to steal her work or anything, but she puts out a lot of really good like thinking stuff or information stuff. And if I'm being honest, being able to have that information in more spots for people, especially for other authors and stuff like that, might be beneficial. So maybe amplifying part of her messages might be worth something too. So I don't know, I gotta figure it out. No worries. I am just disappointed with Nina's friends. She had so many people like and view our Instagram post, but none of them have actually gone to listen to it. Yeah, don't get, so the metrics thing is a wonderful idea. It's a wonderful place to look at data and stuff like that, but it's not something to get caught up in. It's it'll go too much into a rabbit hole if you rely and go into it too much. We've had to do a lot of that with our kids. Uh-oh, Jeff's calling me. Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. He had questions about soda. Yeah, the analytics thing is always a catch-22. Like, I've stayed away from most of those things because if I'm creating something that I enjoy, even like these episodes and stuff like that, it's nice to see numbers on the screen that say that people are watching. Like even the rewatches of the stream have done things that I didn't realize people were watching streams that had ended, or going back and watching streams that had already been broadcast and stuff like that instead of watching them live. Those things, like, I like the surprising stuff, being like, oh, but I don't ever put any stock into it and be like, oh, I gotta get to, you know, every stream has got to be over 30 people watching, or, you know, like, I think for me, I'm trying to play the long game on those things. And from the people that oh no, I lost my headset. That did not work. There we go. Lost our music, but that's okay. What was I saying? Something about, podcasts and stuff like that. You basically just have to keep making them, and basically same thing as like my streams. Do it, and then eventually people will start to catch on. But it takes a while for that to happen. So I think the reason why people have such amazing creative works at the very beginning of their whatever it is they start is because they're unfettered by the pressure of everything else that comes afterwards, right? They're just making something that they love. So I would say for you, talk to people, have fun with talking to people, live in those moments. Don't worry about the stuff right now. Like, it's a thing. Oh yeah, for sure. We also have to carve out our niche and find our target demographic, which I have. not been doing with these initial episodes. Yeah, even that, I think people are starting to get a little bit tired of some of that hyper, I don't even know what you would call it, that hyper focusedness of stuff. If you look at like Steve Burns, the guy from Blue's Clues, his podcast and stuff like that, like it's got some production quality to it, but it's not crazy over the top. And he just kind of talks as himself and does what he wants, talks to guests that he wants to talk about. I mean, it's got product placement stuff or ads that pop up in between, which are kind of meh, but you have the luxury of not having that at the moment. So like you have a really cool clean slate to just play and have fun with at the moment. It's kind of similar to what I've got here. I can play with all of these different effects and things like that on my stuff, and doesn't really have, I can do whatever I want with it, like Hot Ones and Mythical Kitchen. Yeah, I have another friend that's a creative as well. He does bookbinding streams, or he's working on putting up his bookbinding streams and stuff like that. But we were talking about that, about the creative process and the overproduction of everything. Some of those things have their place, but I think with people really using their phones the way they do with social media and stuff like that, and even my videos that I've posted for almost 2 years now, they almost just want to see people's faces just talking about things in that way. So it's kind of going backwards to some things that are more simplified. Even in my gaming group, I've always kept our Discord very simple because that's what they wanted. They didn't want the crazy over the top extra features from all of the other stuff and things like that. So I don't know. It's a weird time and space to be in right now, and figuring out what we're definitely not in a BOGO era again, where everybody's going back to that weird. I don't even know how to describe it, but bingo. Him and Trevor Noah are doing what I would very much like to do. No specific type of people. We're having on just a bunch of fun and interesting convos. Also, the overproduction is something I want to avoid too. One of the main reasons we're avoiding video and why I don't care about the audio quality coming from my guests. Yeah, that makes sense at the moment. I think the audio quality will definitely come in at some point, as far as just like clarity. But no, like people just want to see the real stuff, especially in a world where AI is slowly eking its way into every little weird facet. I think authenticity and some of that simplistic forms of things are definitely going to see not necessarily a resurgence, but they're going to become more, I don't even know what the word is. People are going to seek after them a little bit more, because when you can just make videos that do anything anymore, then authenticity is going to be important, and reality is going to become more important at some point. So yeah, more sought after for sure. I feel that way now for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. Watching landscapes and watching a lot of stuff, and I know it's like bad to talk about AI and all of that stuff, but like we need to have conversations about all of those things and see what it is that makes all of these things important in a lot of ways. So I don't know. I'm sure we will get into some of this on your podcast on Saturday when I jump on with you guys. Which when will that come out then? Or we're going to talk about it tomorrow? Haha. Yeah, see, I knew that. I knew that was going to come up. I'm going to have to write. It's going to come out Monday. Okay, cool. Yeah. So for anybody who's watching the stream here right now, I will be on a podcast with Mr. Bryce Austin, and it will be out on Monday, but we haven't done the name change yet, right? That's not officially in the books yet. That comes January. I was going to give out the name, but I was just like, oh yeah, we got to change some of that. Some of that's changing, so don't want to do that too much. No, that's all happening in January, February. Okay, yeah. New logos, new title for the podcast and stuff like that, but we are currently on the A Curious Mind? Yes, A Curious Mind Meets right now, so I'll post it on my socials for people if they would like to come by and check it out too, so fun. But I am going to roll up the stream here now. Let's see, it does say we have 2 viewers. Not a lot to push over to anybody at the moment. So we'll just roll up for the day right here. I'll leave you with this wonderful, tumultuous weather that we're having outside. I think Sora's out there somewhere, running around, probably hiding from the wind. But yeah, next week, I am planning on not streaming on Monday unless things change. I will let everybody know, but Monday and Wednesday, I am planning on taking off for the holidays. And then Friday, I should be back for a stream. So you're going to have to go a whole week without one of these art streams, which you'll be okay. We should be doing our 500 Little Things podcast episode on Sunday night, this coming Sunday and the following Sunday. So those are uninterrupted in that way. But just the 2 art streams, Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 12, those ones I'm going to Wednesday's definitely canceled because that's Christmas. But Monday, I think will probably also have to be sidelined for the moment because I have some other things that I need to take care of. So that's what we've got coming up here very, very shortly. So stick around and stay tuned for that, or come back and check out and say hi. And if you know anybody who's looking into publishing books or interested in illustration or any of this stuff, feel free to send them my way. I would be happy to talk to anybody about any of those things, especially as we get into the new year and some of the publishing landscape changes a little bit, and we have to make some adjustments and do some new things. But I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you have a wonderful holiday season coming up here, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Dreamer, for being in here too. Thank you, Sundere, for watching in the background as you were on your way out the door to your own event coming up. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all a lot. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you for the cheer. But yeah, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.